Okay, we're back here in our teachings of Bechira, of how free will is going to work. And Rabbi Katz said something I think it's difficult to understand, but hopefully as we go through the book together, it will become clearer to us. Free will means that I'm free to choose whatever I want. If I'm not free to choose whatever I want, then it's not free will, it's forced choices, it's influence choices, it's not free. So free will is only going to exist, Rabbi Tatz explained, in a place in your decision-making process where you could bear down or bear away all of the influences that there are in your life, all of the pressure, the peer pressure, all of perhaps even experiences that you've had before that cause you to think and look at the world in a certain way. And then you get to a place that is inside of yourself where you are just like Hashem who created the world, yesh ma'ayin, something from nothing. You are now able to create in your life a moment of time where you are literally in the realm of free choice, which means no one and nothing is influencing me to make this decision right now. Now, obviously, this is a high level of Bechira free will because we're all composites of our life, our experience, our upbringing, what we've been exposed to, what we see, what we think, what we read, all so on and so forth. And yet when it comes to the gift of being able to choose for ourselves what is right and what is wrong, that in the highest shape and form is a moment of what he's calling, it's like a bria, you're becoming a creator for yourself to be able to make something that never existed in your life before that. And this is how Rabbi Tatz is explaining. So he says like this, there's an upper spiritual world, and there is a lower world, the physical world that we are living in, and they parallel each other in many ways. So in the upper world, which means going back in the creation of time, when it was just HaKadosh Baruch Hu creating the world, which was an absolute creation, he says, that was what we call the Yesh Ma'ayin. It was something from nothing. Hashem was the only thing that was in the world, whatever exactly that means in the world. Hashem was in his own world. And Hashem decided that he's going to create something, a physical world, from nothing, because there was no physicality. It was all spiritual at that point. So he made something that never existed before. He brought it into this world. Okay, that's the beginning of it. But in this world down here, where does our world start? The world that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made started when Hashem said, you know what? I want to create something that doesn't exist right now, and I want to make it into a reality. There is no physical, I'm going to make a physical world. Well, where does our world start? Says Rav Tatz, our world starts when a person is able to dig inside of himself, and from within himself, he's able to make something that never existed before. And that is a moment in time where I'm choosing whatever it is I want to choose. So in the highest level of free will, it's almost like I'm creating my own world for myself. And that's really what a person does. Every time that I make a choice, so I'm creating my world of who I am becoming as a result of the decision that I make. A person wants to get into shape. They're 45 pounds overweight. So they made a lot of decisions to get to that point of being 45 pounds overweight. Every time that they chose to eat another sandwich, another candy bar, and drink another liter of soda, and not to get out of bed in the morning and go to the gym and work out, so they made many decisions. They created who they are as a result of that. But now I go to the doctor, and the doctor says, my blood pressure is high, my cholesterol is high, I'm obese, and my BMI on the charts is over the top over there. So I have a choice right now. I'm in a moment of creation. I want to recreate myself. So I make a decision that I'm going on a diet. And the doctor says, diet's not enough for you. You got to start taking these pills. And the pills aren't enough. You have to start eating, you have to start exercising as well. So I'm making decisions right now to change and shift the direction that I was going in before. That's like he says that's like a new creation. I got into a world of Bechira, free will, where I'm altering the situation. And that's the power that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has given us. Nobody is ever stuck in the place that they are. Nobody's ever destined or doomed, so to speak, to always travel along this path. You're lost. We were in Israel. I just came back from Eretz Israel. So the last day that we were there, one of the programs that the shul is launching right now is the Shemitah year, and we've been learning the laws of Shemitah on Friday night. And there's an organization that pairs shuls in America up with Shemitah farms and the farmers in Israel. And we try to support them through the year of Shemitah when they're not really working, they're not making money, and they need extra assistance. So the last thing that I did in Eretz Yisrael really was to go to the Shemitah farm and meet the farmer in a place called Shiloh. And Shiloh, for those of you that don't know, the only way you can get from Jerusalem to Shiloh, I didn't even tell my wife this yet, is if you go through the West Bank. You have to travel on a road that's a public road, but on all sides are Arab villages, each one with another name that you can't even pronounce and you don't want to pronounce. But if you follow the GPS, it takes you safely along the main road where there's Jews and Arabs that are driving, and everything is supposed to be fine.
Were you driving yourself?
We were driving ourselves. My son Yishai was driving, and we're on Waze. And Waze has a part in Israel. They have a function that if you're on that function, it will not take you through Arab villages or territories. Fine. We're driving, and it's very confusing. There's a lot of turnabouts or roundabouts in Israel. We have to go this way, like the turnaround. We misread the Waze, and the next thing you know, we are going down a road, and we're heading into an Arab village. Okay? And we both realize pretty much right away we're going the wrong way. And suddenly the phone rings, and the car rental company has a tracker on the car. And when they see the car going into occupied territories, they call and they said, "Are you being kidnapped?" We said, No, we're not being kidnapped over here. We're turning around. Okay, we see that you went into Arab territories over here, fine. So Shai pulls off to the side, because there's a slew of cars behind him, and he wants to turn around. An Arab pulls up next to us and starts honking his horn. Now we're getting pretty scared over there. And he goes like this, "Turn around." The Arab guy is warning us, "You're going the wrong way. Okay, turn around." So we say, we know, okay. But these cars keep coming, we can't turn around. Suddenly, out of nowhere, this gigantic American Ram truck, pickup truck, pulls up, and a guy rolls down his window, American guy in perfect English, he says, "You're going the wrong way." We said, we know. He says, "Turn around, you're heading towards an Arab village." So Shai says, "We're trying to." He says, "I'm stopping traffic right now. Turn your car around and go back out where you came from and go to the left. Don't come this way." So we turn around, and then this guy ends up following us for like the next 20 minutes with a siren on his car to make sure that we are safe and sound and we're going in the right direction and nobody's bothering us. You're never stuck in life. You don't have to go to the Arab village. You can always turn around. And Hashem sends, messengers, the American guy in the truck out of nowhere to make sure that we get around to where we have to go. That's what he's saying about Bechira, about free will. Free will is such a redeeming function that HaKadosh Baruch Hu put into us, is that you could be for 20 years, you could be the 45-pound, 80-pound overweight person, unhealthy and everything. But you could create inside of yourself a moment in time where you're going to make a decision that is the right decision with your free will, and you could turn the direction, and you could turn yourself around and put yourself... What?
You got the help because you
Yeah, I'm saying it was out of, we said that Hashem just sent an angel. He sent this person just to come and protect. That's how it works. That's how it works. It was amazing. And it was, anyway, Baruch Hashem, Bli Ein Har. So that's what he's saying over here. And he says this idea that just like when Hashem created the world, He made a world of Yesh Ma'ayin, something from nothing. When you are getting deep into the kishkas of what Bechira, of free will is, you're also creating from within inside of yourself this something from nothing. It didn't exist at that moment, the decision, because you're in the world of freedom, and therefore you now are choosing for yourself what is right and hopefully not what is wrong, and therefore that will again create your world for yourself of the direction that you're moving in. Hey, we have a lot more to discuss, and we'll continue, God willing, next time.
Petition for money for that stuff.
Yes.
You have to tell that story.
Of course.
That is going to enable you to get more money.
Of course.
Then send you to get it.
Of course. Yeah, we had an amazing time over there. Really was pretty incredible.